Hello and welcome to the No Format Required podcast. Happy Bank Holiday Monday if you're listening to this on Bank Holiday Monday, or happy rest of the week or days, whatever it is, if you're not. And just a little filler beginning part of the episode, just to let you know that we had a little bit of issues with the audio on this one. Tried to edit it as much as possible. It is a two-parter, so again, next week will be the same. But hopefully it's not too bad and everyone can hear all of our choices. We're doing our TV shows that we'd like to be buried with, and basically TV shows from our life. So yeah, we hope you enjoyed the episode and we apologise about the audio. We're going to try and get it sorted for 2 weeks' time. All right, see you later, guys. Bye.
Yeah. I'm one of them. I do want to, them cheesy things where it goes like, he's chatting, like, oh, hello, I didn't see you.
Like when you use
at the fire.
Yeah. Basically up now. This will go in the podcast. Right. So do you know the questions?
Yeah, I've got more. So we're doing the TV ones, aren't we? What was the first ever TV show?
Yeah, I've got no answers for any of them.
No.
Hey, on the wing.
Yeah.
Right. Ready?
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to the No Format Required podcast, the only podcast where our conversations are as wacky as my child when he's been given some ice cream. There
you go.
Yeah. Put it down, we're here. I'm Mike, and with me as always is Charlie.
Hello.
Hello. This week we're going to do, let's have a little bit of a breakdown. Well, let's not get straight into it.
No.
How you been?
Yeah, not too bad.
This is our first podcast back from another spa.
Correct. Yeah.
Which I felt a bit rushed this time. I didn't feel.
I think it's
wanted more days.
Yeah, because we had the lunch. I think that when that lunch was quite late on.
Yeah.
And we were rushing to get back, but we need to save ourselves a bit of money, didn't we? We didn't end up paying for the stuff
Yeah.
lunch thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Now, but same more.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, it was good. Yeah, when we went for 2 nights, it was good because you could kind of all your stuff was in your room for one, so you weren't having to cram everything in your locker.
Yeah.
And then you could just sort of come back to your room if you wanted to.
Yeah, so that's the issue. We had to be out by 11.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Did you have a bin bag with all your stuff in?
Yeah.
I had my entire sort of rucksack with all everything in, then trying to find my socks and stuff like that with my iPad and chargers and toothbrush and everything in. But obviously, if you're here for 2 nights, it's even more. But a bit exciting though for the outdoor hot tub things, though.
Oh yeah, it was Forecroft we went to.
Yeah.
It was last year. Yeah, they're opening up some outdoor hot tubs.
Yeah. I say if they want to get us to come and do a review of them, and stay for free, happy. Imagine if you can come, but there's two things, 2 tickets, or 2 people.
I wouldn't let that bother me.
No, it wouldn't bother me, but Lauren would be really bothered.
If there was some Instagrammers or TikToks or what they call social media
influencers, yeah.
They seem to be doing something. Yeah,
Lauren said she saw them. They have one of them ring lights, which I don't really know what it is.
It just brightens up the.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
She had one of them in the.
We'll get one. So when the video people are watching, hi guys, they'll be able to see us brighter.
Yeah. See all your blemishes.
We'll get proper professional with this. You already got the tripod.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, I know. We're good. I was just trying to think. I was thinking yesterday when you mentioned about it, and I was just thinking of things you could get. I do have a clamp thing, but I don't know where it's come from the phone because I was looking at one for my iPad last night. Because when I'm in bed in the spare room, I'll watch my iPad, but it's just I'm sort of lent one side or lent the other, watching it. And I've seen these ones where you can get it sort of kind of big clamp things that brings it over and you can move it about.
Yeah.
I do have one for my phone. I think it's in the loft somewhere. That'd be handy for you.
Because I think phones are as good as cameras.
Yeah.
Video cameras these days. So do everything on them.
Yeah.
So if this episode works, I think we're fully on board with just doing the video side alongside it because we're still going to have audio. You can only watch the video on Spotify.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, when you sent me the link to it from the one we did the other week, when it went to Spotify, I thought, oh, I'm obviously not going to see the video in it. I didn't realise you could watch
Yeah,
it.
yeah, no, I've only recently discovered it.
That was interesting.
Yeah. So if you're wanting to watch our beautiful faces, Spotify is the way forward. If not, we're still available everywhere. And while we're on the subject, feel free to give us a like and a 5-star review.
And also, I would like to know if people kind of pictured what we would look like from our voices.
Yeah.
Because I did it before, listening to radio shows, and you don't actually know what they look like, and then you get this image of what people look like in the head.
They're probably thinking, oh, they're a lot sexier.
Yeah, well, obviously.
Dulcet tones, and now I can look at their voices and sleep to that. Brilliant.
I remember listening to the Chris Moore show, and I didn't know what any of them looked like, and just none of them were what I thought they looked like, kind of thing. Yeah. It's just strange, isn't it? It's like reading a book. You get this image in your head. Yeah, like Harry Potter. You get the image of them, and obviously. But now, I read Harry Potter books, and I picture Daniel Radcliffe and Emma Watson and things like that. Yeah. So, shall we get into our episode today?
One very last thing. If you are wanting to watch this and don't have Spotify, I think we'll probably end up eventually uploading them onto YouTube. As well, so YouTube will be available to watch our episodes and listen to us as well. As well as there is a website, no format required, at wordpress.com. At the moment, it's wordpress.com. I'm hoping just to get rid of the WordPress soon. But you can also go on there and all the videos get uploaded there as well. All right, let's get on to it. So this will be possibly a 2-part episode, maybe 3.
Yeah, I've got quite a few questions.
Yeah. Probably only a 2-part because I've got to go to work.
What time are you at work?
I'm at work at 1:30, but obviously I've got to grab my stuff. Which is literally just putting in a lunchbox in my bag. But
So what are these? What's it classed as? This theme? Obviously we've got the list of questions.
So do you remember we did movies to take to the afterlife?
Yeah. Which
was our version of Films to be buried with, so we didn't get sued. So in which Brett Goldstein asked a load of questions about it. I've literally taken every single one of those questions and just put TV show instead of movie.
Okay.
So they're identical to the Films to be buried with questions, but with TV shows instead.
Okay.
Should we get into it?
Let's go. So I'll ask. Do you want to answer first?
Oh yeah.
I say I'll ask. I'll be asking all of them as I've got them.
Yeah.
Do you want
to recording?
Yeah. Do you want to go first?
I can do.
Or shall I just say it?
Say it and we'll discuss it. Yeah. Say it and we'll discuss it.
So the first
format, no plan.
Right. So the first one is, what was the first ever TV show that you saw or remember seeing?
Yeah, see, I can't remember.
I can't remember.
Genuinely, this is going to sound really, really odd. I have got vivid memories of watching Bottom, TV show.
I randomly watched it.
I've started watching it again recently. Not the episode, I've been watching the live show.
Okay.
I've never watched the live shows. But I know my dad was into Bottom, with the alternative comedy punk group, like they say, or Drunk One, Spot, all that sort of stuff. My dad was always into that, and I remember really young watching an episode. I think my mum had gone on away for a night, or she was working overnight or something. And I remember was just lying in his bed watching Bottom, which probably wasn't. I can't remember my age, so I can't say whether it's appropriate or not watching that at that age. But it probably was inappropriate because Bottom was a 15 plus rating, and my memory goes beyond the age of 15. Remember that. And the other show that comes to mind is Button Moon.
You've talked about this one before.
Button Moon is about Mr. Spoon, Mrs. Spoon, and they live on Button Moon, and the theme tune's amazing. We're off the Button Moon.
Sounds like some psychedelic LSD trip.
It probably was back in the year. I don't know when it came out. I feel like it was. I don't know whether it was my generation or our generation, should I say, and or whether it was previous generation. But there used to be a lot of reruns on TV. When my dad putting on Actors and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of good. But yeah, Button Moon, I've got really fond memories of. I remember going to see the live show. So
okay. See, for me, thinking of kids. Well, I say kids TV show. I don't know if it was a kids TV show. but it was like, the original sort of Thunderbirds and Stingray, the puppets, which I think was probably 70s when it was done. So I think that's probably. Is it a TV? Is it a kids' TV show?
Yeah, of course it is.
But just because you're watching
But
it,
adults watch it as well.
Yeah.
I'd say because I remember when they did the reboot on ITV, the animation one.
Yeah.
There's so many people. I know all of my family, like extended families, so my cousins, their husbands and stuff like that, all watched it, really excited about it, all really disappointed with it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the original marionette puppets.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's got one of those cult followings that the original that adults and kids love.
Yeah. Because it seemed quite like when you watched it. I mean, Captain Scarlet. There's another one I used to watch.
I feel like Captain Scarlet, probably a bit older.
But they all had it was like not say real world themes, but what I mean. It wasn't played down for kids. Like it was, they were fighting bad people, and it wasn't like jokey or anything. It was all like dead serious. Like if they'd done it as a live action thing, like yeah. Well, what an actual live as
back in 2004, they did a live action version.
Oh, the Thunderbirds, yeah.
So it didn't focus on it. It focused on like 3 random kids that weren't in the TV series. I think.
Yeah. So I mean, if they redid but made it a serious drama, like a serious one of like Stingray or Captain Scarlet, I think that would be good. But I mean, at the minute they don't seem to have their own ideas for films and TV now. It's just they just keep remaking stuff, or like old books or stuff like that. But yeah, I'm tempted to watch some of that later.
Sounds like 1960s, wasn't it? The only good thing about the movie, just on that topic, was the Thunderbirds being by Busted.
Oh yeah,
I was obsessed with that.
Yeah.
And to the point, do you remember my well, I don't, but do you remember?
I do remember
we picked songs from me and Lauren. I think we picked 2 songs each from each year.
Okay.
From 1989 all the way to 2000. 13? 19.
Yeah.
That's a really easy maths. I don't know why I struggled with that. 2019. So we picked 2 songs from each one. I remember my one from 2004. One of them was Thunderbirds.
Oh, really? Yeah, okay. Well, the next one is, what was the TV show that scared you the most?
Is that a typo?
Yeah,
I got a new keyboard update on my phone. It really annoys me. It doesn't work, so I need to get a new one.
Yeah.
All my messages are just now for the typos and 7 years of time.
Which show scared you the most on TV?
Scary TV show. Oh, I've got one. I've got not very many memories of this. But there was a TV show on Nickelodeon, Are You Afraid of the Dark? In which they used to tell scary stories around the campfire. I remember one of them was just a story of Bloody Mary. And I remember I remember being in my nan's garden. So this would have been pre the age of 8, 9 years old.
Yeah.
Because I think she moved in with us about then. And me and my cousins were talking about it. And I remember being just so spooked out by it.
Okay. See, for me, I can think of films. I can think of the first film I was scared of. But I mean, I'd probably say something like The Moomins, because that was weird. That was really good. The Moomins.
I've never watched The Moomins. I know about them. We used to have someone at school called I won't say her name actually. It's not fair. We used to call her Moomin. She looked exactly like.
Oh really?
Yeah.
See, I even to this day, if I saw one walking down the street, or something, it would scare me.
Like fish shows, aren't they?
Yeah, but they're just really weird, and they had a really weird theme song thing as well. The whole thing was weird.
I know it's recently been rebooted with Aaron Edgerton.
Oh really?
Yeah. There was a movie.
What cartoon?
Yeah. Yeah. There was a movie that I put on with George, and I think George watched it, but
okay.
Never watched it. Watched it.
I won't watch it. Yeah, it's just weird.
It was just creepy and odd.
Yeah. I mean, I can't think of that. I've been generally films. Yeah, TV shows. Yeah, I can't think of many. But I think when we were growing up, there weren't many.
The horror genre of TV shows is only a recent thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's like now when they do there's films and then they do TV shows from the films that are all interlinked. There was never something like that, was there?
It was, but there were cartoons. I remember Jumanji, there was a cartoon. Recently discovered that there was a Back to the Future cartoon, Men in Black cartoon. There seemed to be animated series based on these movies.
Yeah.
That we had from kids, even Godzilla and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Godzilla series.
So this one I won't be able to answer, but I'm 100% you'll be able to answer it. What was the TV show that made you cry the most?
You will answer it because the answer is obvious. Scrubs.
Yeah, that is sad. It's difficult.
The episode where
when Thingy dies. We were talking about it last week, actually. Brendan
Fraser, yeah,
character, yeah. Yeah.
So it's Dr. Cox's brother-in-law.
Yeah. So yeah, that I mean, it's a sad episode. It's like there's
I cry every time I watch it.
Yeah.
There is another show.
Okay.
Well, I'll let you finish your thoughts and scrubs first.
No, I'm like, it's sad. I've obviously, like I said before, I don't cry watching films and TV shows, but yeah, it was sad.
It's a TV show for me that I'd say 80% of the episodes I cried at, whether it was joy or sadness. But it was just so hard-hitting and real emotional struggles that this family were dealing with, and you felt for them. He's like really brought into the family. They were amazing. I saw a review once that said, like, you know how Hostel and Saw are like torture porn.
Yeah.
This show was cry porn.
Okay.
Or emotion porn.
Yeah.
It's called This Is Us. If you've never watched it before, it's one of the most phenomenal TV shows ever. It's finished now. I think there was 5 or 6 series.
Okay.
I will say a spoiler. When me and Lauren first watched it, it was when we first were together, really. It was one of the first TV shows we ever got into. And yeah, when you first watched it, the first episode sets up as though sort of like it's about these 4 different people that are interconnected, but you don't really know how. And they all share their birthday on the same day. And it's like their story. But then you find out that the show you've been watching, like, one of the people that you're following is actually set back in the 70s.
Oh, okay.
And it's not until like the final bit of the episode where it like sort of falls away and you see like old furnishings and stuff like that, that you suddenly click. It's very well done. And it follows him, Jack, and his wife. I can't remember her name now. But she's pregnant with triplets. And then they go to hospital. One of them dies, unfortunately. But they end up adopting another one. And then the people in the future are the 2 twins and their adopted brother.
Okay.
It follows them. They've all got different lives. One of them's like really big, like wants to be a politician and stuff. One of them's a movie star. One of them's her character after she's fat. And she's trying to lose weight. Then you get introduced to characters like Toby, her husband, or eventual husband. He's in the weight loss place, and they sort of meet there, and he's absolutely hilarious. And it's just about, so it's set in the past, following when they're younger, and in the future. And then slowly, like, there's different timelines that get interspersed. You eventually, like, you can go back to see Jack when he was in Vietnam, for example. So that's like, what's that, 60s?
Yeah, 60s, early 70s.
It even goes back to when he was young and just born. Like, it's got all of these generations, and it goes to the future in the final series, and it's just so well done and interconnected, and everything is so perfect. And like, you see little hints of storylines, and then in a few series' time, it's all connected. But some of the things that happen is like miscarriages, like I said in the first episode when the baby dies. Like, it's really hard hitting and emotional, and you're feeling for all of these characters.
Okay. Very good.
I do recommend it, but always cry a lot.
Where's that on?
I believe it's on Sky. Watch it.
Oh, okay.
Sky.
Okay. I mean, just another one I was thinking off the top of my head would be, I mean, as I say, I didn't cry, but not, you said Scrubs. The US office when Michael leaves. Like,
The unsaid word between him and I can't remember the name yet.
Well, there's a bit where Jim's like, because he says he's going to be in tomorrow and he's not. That's his last day, and then I think him and Pam figure it out.
Oh yeah.
And then Jim's like, "I'll see you." Like, he says, "Oh, don't say goodbye." Or something. I'll see you tomorrow. Kind of thing. That was kind of stuff.
And also, it was the end of Good Office.
Yeah. And you know what? I know it's not going off topic here, but obviously I know they brought Will Ferrell in after. And I wish he'd been longer, because I thought he was
his juggling act. Was one of the most phenomenal. 5 minutes of comedy, just genius.
Because he ended up dying, didn't it? Like, he plays basketball or something, and then injured himself. I wish he'd been in it.
They get rid of him quite quickly. Like, each one that comes in.
We have some big names like Idris Elba.
They're rebooting it. You know. Well, they're supposedly rebooting it.
I've heard that for years.
Donald Gleason's been cast.
Who?
Donald Gleason. He played General Hux in Star Wars.
Oh yeah. Is he also in
Harry Potter?
Oh no, I'm thinking of someone completely. I know who you mean. Though. Brendan Gleeson's son, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking of someone else completely different.
DJ time.
Yeah. Who has?
He was one of the Weasleys, one of the old.
No, who's been cast that?
Oh, no one knows. It's like an unknown character.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a reboot. It's in fresh.
It's a shame. And why did this is what I mean, I was talking about earlier, they're running out of ideas and stuff, aren't they? Right, what TV show is terrible but you love it?
Oh, that's a good question. I was actually thinking this one earlier. I wish I'd done a bit more research on it. Like I said, I don't know if we're going to include a bit. Neither of us have actually done any prep into this. We're just doing these answers on the fly.
I did have a glance on the things that thing, but I was hoping for you to like say something, and that would inspire me to then think of something.
So I've got an answer for this one in the next one, and my reasons I'll explain in the next one.
Okay.
So I don't know whether this one was critically panned, but it was an animated TV show. It's not dissimilar to The Simpsons in terms of kids and adults can enjoy it alike. But it was called The Oblongs. And it was about this like.
I always have obscure things that I've never heard of.
I've got this like real obscure knowledge of like weird like early 2000s, late 90s adult animation. Really obscure knowledge of it. But it was about this like family of like mutated people who live down in the valley, but then the people up high are mutated and stuff, and like the relationship between them, they'll go to the same school and stuff like that. It's got Will Ferrell playing the dad of the Oblong family.
Oh, okay.
It's just silly Simpson stuff.
Yeah.
I think it was based on a kid's book as well.
Okay.
But it got cancelled after one series, which is what makes me think it was not liked or enjoyed. That's my only reason. But I really enjoyed it. I've watched it a few times on YouTube.
Okay.
But yeah.
For me, just thinking now, it's not a scripted TV show. Well, it probably is to an extent, but Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Oh, I thought that was loved.
I know, I do like it.
But it's not the one that
I thought it's you love. No, it's
you loved, but was critical.
What TV show is terrible, but you love it?
Oh,
that's what.
Well, I didn't think it was terrible.
When you think, I mean,
when I think terrible, I think of like critically panned, not.
Okay.
There you go. Your interpretation.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. Well, as you know, I'm not into reality TV show whatsoever. That's probably maybe why for me I see it as bad because it's reality TV and I don't really like reality TV. But yeah, it was good. Like, I used to watch it with my mum, and it was but it was just so like cheesy at times, and you could tell some of it seemed scripted and set up, and then they'd all do the little prayer circle at the beginning.
I've never watched it, but my dad got really into it recently.
It did used to, it was. I mean, some of the stuff. That's actually could be one of the ones really sad parts. I remember it was his wedding with, I think, Beth, who's now actually died.
Yeah.
And he finds out he's getting married to her on the day before. He's got kids from about 10 or 11 kids from about 8 different women, and one of his sons had died in a car accident the day before his wedding.
It's sad.
Obviously, that wasn't scripted. That was obviously
just
happened. But yeah, it is like kind of. I see it as like sort of trash TV. Like it's dead easy to watch, and
I put that in the same depth. Was there American Chopper?
Oh, the bike.
We used to watch that in university. I put that in the same sort of vein as like it's obviously scripted, but it's just cheesy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I watch Thunderbirds and Dog of the Hand. So the next one is: what is the TV show you once loved? What was the TV show you once loved, but watching it recently you realise it's terrible?
I thought we had a question about that was universally loved, but you hated.
No.
I'm going to just very quickly say because I thought that was the next question.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was universally loved because I remember there being a lot of hate towards it. But it's got a second season, so that's why I'm on about like Oblong got cancelled after one season. This has got a second season, and it's Velma, the adult reboot of Scooby-Doo that they did.
Okay.
And I watched the first 5 minutes, and like one of the first gags ended up with a cockroach humping another cockroach.
Okay.
And it's like this is just not funny, and it was just ridiculous. So I'm all for like, as you say, obscure animation and stuff, but no, Velma was not funny, but somehow it's got a second series. So anyway. A show that we once loved, but we watched recently and realised it's not very good. Power Rangers.
Power Rangers.
I watched it again.
What, the actual
the original series. Yeah. I watched it again in university, or tried to. They like re-released it, like updated it, and there's some really weird things with the update. But in terms of the storyline, everything was exactly the same. For some reason, I think because obviously it wasn't in widescreen, they put like border around it.
Yeah.
And like when random characters like would do like a kick, the screen would flip And it was like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
But that was unrelated to my hating it. It just was cheesy, corny, and just not that great. That was just because I love Power Rangers.
Yeah. You also, they did the film, didn't they? Like 10 years ago or something.
I've watched all the films.
Yeah. See, that's one I feel like they could have really gone and created the Marvel universe of it.
I think they're trying to.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
But actually good, like, serious, not like cheesy.
I didn't enjoy the film that much. It just, I don't know, it just didn't have the fun of the series that I remember, should I say. But the only time I sort of almost verbally cheered in the cinema is when the Megazords all come out. And it's sort of like more fun. It literally, across the screen, it goes, go, go, Power Rangers. I was like, yes! That's the corniness I was after. But other than that, it was just a bit too serious.
Yeah. See, I'm struggling with that. I mean,
I'd say TV shows, you don't go back and rewatch them like you do with films. And also, like the TV shows that you watched when you were younger, you're not really going to be into as much when you're older.
Depends what you're saying, how far going back, because there could be something from 10 years ago we saw an adult rewatching it.
Well, I suppose like The Office came out almost 20 years ago now.
Yeah.
2005 was the first episode.
The US one, yeah. I mean, obviously, then the British one was even longer.
2001.
I'm trying to think. I mean, The Simpsons, the original Simpsons, right? Probably up until early 2000, maybe sort of 2005, 6. Really good rewatch loads. Post then, I just don't find them funny anymore. But
I still remember like the episode I stopped watching was like Homer and the Manatee or something like that. I can't remember what happened to it. But like that is where I stopped watching it. I still like, if I can see that episode, I was like, that's where I stopped watching The Simpsons. Like beyond that, it started getting unfunny at that point, but beyond that, it just dipped in quality.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing I probably can think of that's close to answering that question. Yeah. But yeah, no, I can't remember. I mean, I watched a lot of Family Guy. But,
That's right.
Pardon?
25th anniversary.
What, a Family Guy? Is that the 25th anniversary since it originally started? Because it got cancelled.
Yeah, no, it's the first.
Which, I mean, that's really Simpsons have been out 10 years. So
I think it was 89 or 90, the first Simpsons episode.
Yeah. So what TV show means the most to you, not because of the film itself, but because of memories you have of it?
Maybe This Is Us, for what I said, like that was the first series me and Lauren discovered. The other one that could potentially be there is Louis, which is only recently members at the end of the day. And I'll talk about Louis a lot on the podcast. They recently did a 30-minute episode and it was absolutely phenomenal. But I think because it almost is like the first memories of like a TV show George enjoyed, we enjoyed, all three of us would physically like, it'd be one that we'd say to each other, you can't watch. Like, you don't think of the TV show doing this. Like, me and Lauren would say to each other, you can't watch the next episode without me, sorry. Yeah. Because I want to watch it as well. Like, we're heavily invested in the show as well. And it's like, it's just a great show for like parents and kids alike. And I think the memories of watching it with George and like even playing some of the games that they do. Yeah. I've got a permanent scar on my arm now because George wanted to play Keepy Uppies like they do in this first or second episode of Louis. Okay. Which is literally just a balloon and the dad's like turning on fans and making it harder because it's too easy for Louis and Bingo, the two kids, just hitting the balloon to each other. They want a bit more of a challenge. And it accidentally pops because it lands on grass and that was the last balloon that they had. So it was a tough game sort of thing. But George wanted to play it and I got really invested into the game and dove across our living floor and gave myself really that this is like, we're talking about a year and a half ago, I've still got the scar there, and it's not going away.
So I've kind of got two answers to this. One would be, I mean, they're not, this first one's not particularly best quality, but do you ever watch Monica the Glen?
No, I've heard of it.
So it was on Sunday, it was set, do you know what it's about? Yeah. Well, for anyone that knows it, it's set in like Scotland about this rich, even though they all spoke with English accents, they were like, I suppose, I don't know if they were like posh Scottish or whatever, I don't know, but they were Scottish, but they spoke with English accents, and they only speak like massive manor house up in the Glens up in Scotland. But we used to watch it, like, I think just because we used to watch it as a family, like every Sunday night we'd watch it. We ended up naming our dog Lexi after one of the characters
Oh,
as well.
okay.
So I'd probably say that one again. That would probably be another one that I could answer for the other question. If I went back to watch it, it'd probably be absolutely shit.
Yeah.
And then another one would be Game of Thrones, because I used to go when that first started. I think before me and Lauren got together, I used to go. So they used to have Sky Atlantic at their house. So like me and then Lauren's mum's friend used to go up every week to watch it.
Okay.
So that's something
I
that.
suppose you saying that sort of stuff. There's quite a few things that I could put for that. Like the Fall Guy and Batman. I used to watch those with friends at university.
Yeah. That's the thing. I was trying to.
Yeah.
When obviously you talking there, it's like I can think of a TV series I watch every year that I fail, but it's just me watching it by myself. It's not really just because I like it. There's no sort of memories.
I played another one, Antiques Roadshow, watching it every Sunday with roast dinner, just after Formula One on BBC One.
Okay.
And like that, memory. I always remember the Formula One just being on the background and then Antiques Roadshow. Not necessarily watching it, but just I can picture the music playing as we're eating our Sunday dinner.
Yeah. I always used to that and Time Team. If I heard the theme of that, I always be like, in some ways, I feel like a bit of dread in my stomach because I knew it's like Sunday night, school's tomorrow. Like, I always like every time I used to sing that, I hear that music, and it's like, oh no, I've got work or school tomorrow, kind of thing. Yeah. Next one. What is the sexiest TV show apart from obviously no format required on video? Sexiest TV show. So I've got an answer for this.
I think I do. It's either Scrubs.
Really?
Elliot was a bit of a sexual awakening.
Okay.
That scene with where Turk's having the sex dream with her.
Yeah.
That's hot.
Okay.
Or Archer.
The cartoon.
Yeah. It's it's very smutty. A lot of constant side boob and ass and stuff like that.
Okay.
Costumes.
See, for me, it would be a series called True Blood. Have you ever heard of that?
Oh, yes, about
vampire. Yeah, for me, that was the first series I remember watching that was proper, naked, people were fully naked in it enough, and there's a lot of sex scenes, and that was sort of prior to, I think it was prior to Game of Thrones. Then Game of Thrones was probably the second one, because again, there was a lot of nudity and things in that, but I get that. Actually, I could have used that as another one, because that's one we and Lauren started rewatching again, because we used to watch that together, or the end series of it, and that's something we started watching again and just got bored.
Yeah.
I
think that's a good answer, because I've never watched it, but it's is it vampires and werewolves?
Yeah, but it's, I'm not, because I know there was a phase where there were just all the Twilight films and there was loads of stuff with vampires. It's good, this one, because it is good. No, it's a good series. It is a good one, but it's they sort of go a bit more. It's not just your teenage kind of vampire thing. You know what I mean? People get killed and characters you like get killed, and then there's a lot of mythical creatures in it. It's not just vampires and werewolves. There's fairies and all sorts of stuff. But it's not done too cheesy, if that makes sense. Yeah. It's set in Bon Ton, which is in Louisiana, in this sort of south of Louisiana with all the swamps and everything. There's a lot of violence and things like that. You've also got the romance side of it, and sort of about how vampires are known in the world, they're not secret. Vampires are
Oh, they're not.
No, so the vampires are thinking of this thing, True Blood, which is mostly what it's called, is a synthetic blood for vampires to have it, so they don't have to drink human blood, basically. So it's about how they have, jobs in society, and they have their own bars, and like anything, there's different gangs and different vampires and stuff like that. But.
And there we have it. I know that was quite an abrupt ending, but we didn't know we was going to do 2 parts when we started recording. So join us next week for the second part of the episode. Thanks for listening if you got this far. I know the audio quality isn't the best, as said at the beginning of the episode. Thanks for watching, listening, however you're choosing to... What's the word I'm looking for? However you're choosing to enjoy this podcast. Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.